World from the Yarra Valley, Australia, in the state of Victoria, Australia. I live in a beautiful place many have called Little Switzerland. There's beautiful mountains surrounding me, and there's a lovely river that flows through the valley, which is a beautiful picture. And I live in a place where the indigenous people here called it the place of seven mountains. Has huge significance, and it flows into Melbourne, both physically and spiritually. It's a very, very powerful place. So this morning I want to continue. So first of all, if you are on this as a replay, please treat it as if it was live. We are part of a field of awareness here, a beautiful river community, and I just want you to treat it as, feel free to join, check out the other replays below. I've been talking about the name of God, Yod Hey Vav Hey, which is called the Tetragrammaton, and feel free to check out the replays before, but this is really, really powerful. The name of God, Yod Hey Vav Hey, is represented by Hebrew living letters, part of what's called the aleph-bet, the Hebrew alphabet. And in Genesis chapter 1, verse 1, in Hebrew, God created the heavens and the earth, but he placed something called et in there. There's something called et in the Hebrew version, and that et is all of the living letters of the alphabet, which some believe are living beings that are multi-dimensional, who are in the fabric of all of creation, bringing us into the awareness of God in deep relationship. And so God has chosen living letters to represent his name as aspirated consonants. Yod, Hey, Vav, Hey. And this is really, really powerful. And so the Yod we talked about is like a tiny little dot that when we just engage the dot, the simple turning of the heart, it's almost like putting, the first time you put a pen onto a piece of paper, there's a story that opens up the all. And every time we just simply turn our heart into the Yod, the light that is within us already, our Creator in intention, it opens up the all in all. And then we talked about the Hey. The Hey is the breath of God. And by the way, the Yod is represented by the number 10, which is all about fullness. So as we engage the Yod, we are engaging fullness. And then the Hey is represented by the number 5. Hey is behold, linger, sit with. It's allowing the nervous system to encode your being with the frequency of the Yod. It's lingering, and so I just encourage you to linger with the words this morning in your awareness. So the Hey is grace. It's number 5 in the aleph-bet, the Hebrew aleph-bet. And as we yield to this grace, and grace is all about the acceptance, beholding is accept. Allow your nervous system to encode this into your being and to activate divine DNA in your human DNA to almost be recoded. It's very, very powerful. And as we yield to the Hey, the grace, we allow the dominion of God to rest in our breath, which is the rain of grace. The rain of grace, and we did that last week. Feel free to check that out from last week. So this morning I want to talk about the Vav. So it's Yod, Hey, Vav, Hey. So once a year the Hebrew priest would go into the Holy of Holies. This was physically in the nation of Israel in Jerusalem. And we are now the Holy of Holies, by the way. All of this happens, we don't need a physical temple. The old temple was just a picture of the human body and what happens in the human body. And so in the Old Testament, the priest would go in and chant like this. It's like yo. There were no vowels. It was just aspirated consonants. And then the glory of God would light up in the temple. And then the thoughts and imaginations of Yahweh, that is the eternal I am God, would flow. And so the Vav, so we have Yod, Hey, Vav, Hey. The Vav in Hebrew is a hook, or it is a nail. It's just a little, it's like this. It's a hook or a nail, and it represents to connect, to be hooked into, and union. It also represents to ascend. It is very, very powerful. This is the name of God that is an ascension name. So as we engage the Yod, we open up the all, and that is the attention of your kind eternal Father towards you, the sum of his thoughts, the sum of his dreams. Then we behold, and the Hey, the wind of the Spirit breath, as we linger, brings a grace and a cascading flow like a river into our being. And as we engage the Vav, we begin to ascend into the place of acceptance and realization that we are part of a kind eternal family. The Vav represents Christ. The Vav represents Christ's body, and that is represented by the number 6, the number of man. Christ came as a man, and he learnt sonship. He learnt to operate. He was always a son, but he learnt to operate in the fullness of his mature sonship through the things he experienced, and also loving the name of his Father, and just surrendering and doing what he saw the Father doing and being one with Father. In John 10:30, Jesus said, "My Father and I are one." So Yod, Hey, Vav, Hey is the sound, and it is the song of the name of a kind eternal family. And I just want you to think of Hey not just as grace, but also as acceptance. As you behold and you breathe in these names, accept it, and let your nervous system, which I call the love encoder, encode this into your being as a resting flow state. And you can turn into this name anytime. Sometimes I've actually set my timer for 20 minutes and just chanting that name, Yod Hey Vav Hey, just focusing on that name. And it is very powerful. When you chant it, you actually feel it resonating in your body. It is a technology. And this morning, I just want to read from my book. And I've shared this before, Wow Now Dreaming. I just want to share from the book. I shared it last week, but it's really powerful. Sorry, I'm just getting myself organised here. It is easy to breathe without thinking. Your autonomic nervous system ensures that you can breathe unconsciously to aid survival. It's a natural grace gift that Yahweh, that is the name of God, and God is a family, created for us. Breathing is a gift, and grace is a gift. There is a realm of perfection coming to this grace gift of breathing. It is the conscious awareness of Yahweh breathing fully in the breath of our spirit and body into the gateways of our entire being as one in surrendered love. The fullness of this grace becomes a place for the dominion of Yahweh. This is called the reign of grace. So as we breathe this morning together, as we breathe and focus our affection on the name of God, in Psalm 138, God has said, David said, "You have placed above all things your name." and your word. Wow. We know that Christ is the living word, Christ eternal, that fills all things and is in every particle of light. Christ is creation. So I just want to share one last thing, and this is a sentient thought. This is a very, very powerful thought in the world. The world is going through a recalibration and an awakening. And with this awakening, there are keys that are being released into the earth. And one of those keys is called the key of David. It is a supernatural key that is very much aligned with the Vav. And I want to read from Isaiah chapter 22, just to talk about this. Sorry, I'm just getting my hands sorted out. Isaiah chapter 22, verse 22. Isaiah 22:22. I will place upon his shoulders the key to the treasures of David's palace. He will open doors that no one can shut and shut doors that no one can open. I will strike a blow to him as a nail in a secure place, and he will be a glorious throne of honor for his father's house. All the glory of his father's house they will fasten to him, including offspring and branches that will trust in him. That is talking about Christ being nailed as a priest for us. Christ was varved to this dimension. Christ was joined to this dimension to reconnect us so that with our senses we could experience God. With our senses we could experience God. So I encourage you with this meditation that we're going to do to allow your senses to experience God. All of your senses to be varved or connected to God. And the Vav connects the past, the present, and the future. It is a stake that goes into the garden of our hearts and connects us to our past, our present, and our future in the now. So I just encourage you with this meditation to be really, really childlike. And I encourage you right now just to close your eyes to visualize any distractions. Just allowing any sounds you can hear in this to anchor you into the present moment. Just become aware of what you can hear. And just accept your breath as it is in this moment. Acknowledging that your body breathes for you, it is a grace gift. Just acknowledge the grace of your breath as a gift from the kind eternal family, Yahweh. Just tuning into the sound of the river. Just softening your shoulders, allowing your jaw to soften. Just letting go, releasing any tension in your neck, in your shoulders. And if the mind wanders, just bring it back to the sensations of breathing. and the sounds of the river. And with childlike simplicity, I want you to picture a little dot of light in your imagination. This dot is the Yod. It is the light of your beautiful, heavenly, eternal Father in your heart. Just allow that picture to expand. Just allow the Yod to come alive in your heart, in your imagination. As you have turned into the Yod, that Yod is beginning to get brighter and brighter. And the frequencies are beginning to get stronger. Just surrender to the Yod, the light of the Yod in your heart. As you breathe out the hay, just accept the love of the Yod, the Father towards you. Just surrendering to the love that is flowing to you from the river of life, through the hay, through the breath. Deepening in your acceptance, surrendering and just letting go. Surrendering to the rain of grace in your being. And now with childlike simplicity, focusing your heart on the Vav, the divine hook in your heart that is now calling you, and there are many little lights, the Vavs, surrounding you. You can picture that in your imagination, wooing you to surrender and to ascend in the light of Christ. Just feel yourself being carried in wonder by the Vav. Feeling the Vav hook you into the love of Christ. Just begin to surrender and allow the feeling of letting go with the Father to take you into a higher place. Where you are seated with Christ in heavenly places. every breath. Hey. As you breathe out and you behold, allow the light of this experience to intensify. In this light, there is a light of life. Just allow the light of life to be magnified in you as you magnify the name of Yahweh in your heart. Just surrendering to the dimension of rest. As you allow the Vav to hook you into the love of Christ. Just surrender in the Hey as you breathe out and as you behold. Allow your nervous system to encode the feeling of surrender in your being and a deepening of love. Just allowing the name of Yod, Hey, Vav, Hey, and the Vav, the divine connector, to almost beckon you and invite you to rest and to lay down in fields of light. Just allow yourself to rest in the light. Surrendering any agendas or questions right now. Opening your heart fully to your visioning experience. Surrendering, deepening in your love. Feeling the cascading of love in your nervous system. may even see Jesus at your feet, beside you. Just allow yourself to feel Christ in your body, the Vav, who was nailed to a cross so that we could join ourselves through our turning of our heart and be joined, Vaved. And then through that ascend just begin to surrender to the feeling of being loved and your place in the heart of God, in the name of God. You share a royal name. You are part of a family. You are part of an eternal timeline. Just allow the awareness of your spirit, the river that flows in your spirit, to flow into your soul as a river of peace and into your body. Allowing the cascading of the rain of grace to flow as peace in your body. In this awareness, in this field of light, I am a finished work. Feel free to say that to yourself. I am a finished work. You can rest in this awareness of the love that from eternity you are a finished work. I am a finished work. And just trusting the outworking of this in the body and soul as a flow of grace as you surrender to this eternal reality. I am a finished work. In the name of God, the Vav, the Christ mind is now beckoning you to lay down in a beautiful green field of light, beautiful green pasture that is also filled with light. With childlike simplicity, just lay down in this field with Christ at your feet or wherever He is for you, looking out. And just lay down in this green pasture and allow your soul to be renewed and restored and rejuvenated. trusting in the flow of the rain of grace to bring the outworking of that in this dimension. Just see heaven and earth merging in your awareness, merging the fields of heaven and earth as one, as you rest in the field of light and surrendering to the eternal reality. I am a finished work. And now just feeling your body as a ball of awareness right now. Can you acknowledge your body in this moment as the temple of the name of Yod, Hey, Vav, Hey? As you breathe, just become aware of the name Yod, Hey, Vav, Hey. Just allow this name to resonate in your being in whatever way is natural for you, in whatever way your spirit directs, the Holy Spirit directs in this moment. Allowing a flow of healing in your physical body. If you have a need for healing in your physical body, just see the light of the name Yod, Hey, Vav, Hey, Yahweh, filling your body and filling that part of your body that needs physical healing. Just begin to feel your hormones being filled with the name of Yahweh. Feel every organ of your body being rejuvenated. Feel your mind, your heart, your spine. Feel your skin. Feel your energy being rejuvenated by the name Yod, Hey, Vav, Hey, as it dances around your body. Feel your energy being rejuvenated in the name Yod, Hey, Vav, Hey. Just breathing in the name. Breathing out the awareness of the name. Even consciously breathing the name in your heart, over your entire life, over your body, over your life, over your family, breathing out the name of God over every situation, surrendering to the supernatural cascading of grace of this name over every area of your life. From the rising of the sun to its going down, the name of YHVH, allow it to be honoured in your heart, even setting an intention to love this name and honour and turn into this name through the day, throughout your night, through your afternoons, through your evenings and mornings, to love this eternal name. And as you turn into this name, that it will open up into the all in all for you. Just setting an intention to carry this name deeply in your heart, to allow the Vav to put a stake for this name, that this name would stake a claim in your heart more deeply, and that your boundaries would expand in this name. The covering of your tent would expand in this name in the field of your heart in Metron. And now just transitioning out of this meditation in 3, 2, 1. Wishing you well, and I just encourage you to connect to the river within through the name of YHVH, through the Vav, the nail, the hook, the connection, the ascension. Wishing you well from the river of life. Connect to the river within. See you soon. Thanks for joining.